So right here, it says, property owner is not permitted, okay, so city requires property owner to perform, install, replace, or repair any street or other public improvement as part of the developing and or subdividing the property. Then they're not required to repay any of the $32,000.
That's if they pay for it here on the front end.
Well, no, but they're not gonna be paying for it on the front end. We're gonna pay for it on the front end, and they're gonna pay for it when they develop it.
Yeah, I think that needs to be taken out of there as well.
So,
Well, the dollar amount, I mean, after going up there tonight, I don't know how, until we get the final cost, how you can even assign a dollar amount there. To not exceed 32,000. I mean, you know, how many projects have we done in this city where when we got done, it cost us a lot more than we originally thought, even based on our best guess estimate.
I think we could answer most of his concerns, though. One concern was take out the 7-year, you would be required to subdivide it within 7 years. You know, we probably are not requiring them, or to pay for it within 7 years. So,
Well, we allow for a 30-year offsite reimbursement anyways, so I don't know why he would need a shorter period if we allow for that with developers.
But we had suggested the 7-year, and he's asking we take
and see, I think we just addressed those 3 or 4 questions that he had, and I think we probably would confirm him what he's after, and except for the amount, the total amount.
Well, you know, the real issue here is, once we decide that we can accept what he's got there, is how are we going to approach the lady that's the decision maker? If she doesn't sign off on it, we can spend the next 3 weeks working on this thing and it won't do us any good.
That's what I was just gonna say. I mean, this has been going on for 3 years. I don't think she's gonna sign it. I think we can make a proposal to her, but I don't think she's gonna sign it. I think we need to move ahead with the asphalt gutter.
I mean, at some point, we're gonna say, winter's coming, are we gonna take another winter with that road wearing away the way it is?
I would propose that I go back and visit with him, address each of the concerns. We take out the one issue that you were referring to, and then, but we start out with getting a deed to that property, to the city. If we start there, we can spend a whole lot less than 30,000. If they want that at this point, and she will sign that, okay, and we can get the right bid, make sure it's the right amount. And I'll personally take it to her and go visit with her, address her questions, her concerns, and see if we can get a commitment on one or both of those issues.
So what's our plan if they won't deed the property?
Then I think I think we still need to go in and make a repair. We just need to do that, like we talked this evening. And we take.
I think if you offer them that they deed the property over, and we'll just go in and do asphalt, curb and gutter, and we'll repair the road with no repayment, do that all on our own.
Yeah.
I think they'll go for that, no problem. I think their biggest hang up is the repayment.
So we can figure out how much it is. I don't think we ought to pony up the money without knowing how much we're talking there.
Well,
I mean, if it costs 40,000, or we don't even have
it
any
won't
budget.
cost that much.
The other thing is, I hate to see the city write off that kind of money just to get a road fixed. On the other hand, I hate to see this thing keep going on for another 2 years. I mean, at some point, we got to just say, we're going to fix the darn road.
I think we can make a repair that will hold us for 2 or 3 years if we needed to. And we could even do a slurry seal over the top of it next summer and the following summer, and probably protect that road until such time as the developer would come in and do something with it. But at least it does protect that asphalt and keeps our sumps a little cleaner, keeps the dirt out of there a little bit, because that is an issue too. It's not just the roads.
Well, can we, the question is, we talked about this thing ad nauseum. Can we get to a point where we take it to her and say, are you going to sign this or not? Because it doesn't matter how much we talk about this thing. If she's not going to sign it, we need to go to Plan B.
I can go to her if not the end of this week, I can go to her on Monday or Tuesday of next week and go directly to her home and I'll talk with her and see if she's willing to do
Yeah,
that.
because that's the key thing.
And,
If she's intransigent on this issue, as I've heard that she is, we're just wasting our time. We might as well go out and fix it as cheaply as we can and hope that we can resolve this thing maybe after she passes away. I don't know,
That's what they're anticipating as well. Dale?
One concern he had seemed to be the contractor that they had gotten a bid from.
Yeah.
Do we have that individual's name and that contractor
Yes,
that we could
Cody has that.
follow up on? Because, that would be one of the bids that we ought to get. I think we need to get a couple.
Because they
bids.
were showing that as a preference for them.
so
They use that.
what if we make a motion to approve asphalt like curb and gutter and slurry seal to protect the road if an agreement is not signed within 2 weeks?
yeah, we got to.
Yeah, I mean, give it a time period and then the motion's already
Still
done.
have the problem with the property's not ours.
Not if we just go up and fix what's already there.
Yeah, not if we fix.
That's not our property, I can go put a gutter in, but it's gonna be halfway out the road. If it's on our property.
No,
So
right now,
halfway up the
you're
road.
not, people going down that road aren't driving on the dirt right now anyways. I mean, I'm just talking about where the asphalt is currently located. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah,
We'd have to extend it another couple of feet, so we come out of the gutter and come up, so we would be
Well-
over a little farther.
How are you gonna jet that back to where the curb is on both ends? Because they're
Yeah.
quite a ways in from where
They
we're
are
talking
a
about.
long ways in.
So how are we gonna get, how are we gonna?
Actually, the preference, and I think the first thing we need to do is see if they'll sign it over before you start addressing what if, that
And
is.
if they won't, maybe we just say, well, will you allow us to go in and put asphalt curb and gutter down through there
And
and
get
it's
some
asphalt, and we don't have to repay nothing. If they'll sign an agreement and say, yeah, go ahead and do the asphalt curb and gutter, even if it's not deeded to us, then that's fine.
But again, are we gonna put it out in the middle of the road or put it?
No,
No, if we did that, then we connect point A to point B, gutter to gutter,
Yeah,
but to do that, we have to have their permission essentially.
But not
We
the
don't
full width
necessarily
of the
have to have
But
the
I
road
would think we
deeded,
ought to be able to get that.
but if they'll sign an agreement just to say that we can go on their
I'll go
property.
visit with,
then-
I will just go visit with the family, the attorney and the son-in-law, and explain these issues.
I can go with you too.
And we can go and visit with, and I will go and visit with her directly. We don't even need a motion for that. We'll just push
Yeah,
this
that's where
off
I
to
think
the
we
next,
need to go right now.
and see what I can get done in the next 2
And then I'll get
days.
some new bids on
That would be good.
other end
but I
too.
do think we need to set a time limit here, because otherwise it just keeps.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
2
I-
weeks is
2 weeks,
is not
next
unreasonable.
city council, we'll move on it again.
Yeah, if we don't,
Make
in
a-
2 weeks, it needs to be on the agenda for eminent domain and condemn the ground, and let's make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm tired of messing around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
it's
think.
a illness.
The eminent domain, just be aware that we have to pay the price. We have to buy that property if we do that.
Right now, it's
But-
unimproved property.
And I understand that, but just know.
But even with eminent domain, we don't have to do eminent domain to solve the road problem. We can just pave on the part that we currently own.
It's
That's
good to
not
get
gonna-
an
that's
agreement.
not
It's good to
gonna
get
That
an
won't solve the
agreement.
problem.
If we
That
can.
won't solve the problem.
We've
Problem
got to
is
go
that-
over into the property to solve the
Problem is the
problem.
water coming down the gutter, undermining the road and ruining your sub base and your everything.
How much would it cost to put a sump at the top of that? On a property?
A legit sum, $20,000.
Okay, and how much is, I'm just thinking out loud here. You gotta take and you gotta replace it, because you gotta deal with water. Well, if no water runs down there, then you don't have that problem anymore.
You'll get water from above that will stop at the sump, but then you're gonna have all of the water that's still gonna come off the
Around it, and
property
if the sump gets
for that
overwhelmed,
375 feet below that sump, or 350. So you're,
Okay,
I mean, it's not a bad
Well,
thought.
it's something we've talked about too in the past, is just putting a catch box up there and putting a sump in. But yeah, trying to catch all that water's almost impossible.
You can't roll the asphalt, like we're burning asphalt.
That's what we're talking.
That's what we're talking about doing.
Yeah, we did that summer, that 100-year storm that we get every year.
Okay.
It's overwhelming.
Discussion, action, YouTube, Comcast, broadcast of meetings. We don't have anything to propose at that point that I'm aware of.
Okay, but I want to make a motion on High Sierra.
Okay?
I know you want to go talk to him,
No, that's
but
fine.
I would like to make a motion that if we do not have an agreement signed in the next 2 weeks, whether it's an agreement for the whole road to be fixed, and they'll pay their share,
For
or-
easement.
an easement, that we take the necessary action to fix the road this fall before winter. Whether we decide to put in a sump at the top, or we decide to do an,
My concern about that is we still would not have, we really don't know what the cost would be to purchase the property on eminent domain or the cost of a sump. We don't have those costs in there, and for us to make a motion to do that without having a way to pay for it, I think we can make the motion that we consider that option and we review and get that information in between.
well, we've got 40,000 that we approved to fix that road this year.
I'm not saying we don't, I'm just saying we don't have firm costs.
Right, but when you put an easement in place, in the process of doing that, I can tell you right now, SESD, Questar, CenturyLink, Comcast, everybody else that's got stuff running through my property in the easement did not buy that from me or from the prior property owner. That was just part of that process, so
It was in the plat that was.
it was in the plat,
But this is not.
yeah, but they
part-
didn't buy it.
But this
So-
isn't part of the plat,
I know, but you gotta have a plat to change
and we
ownership.
don't have that.
Well, maybe
They don't bring
we,
it up.
maybe we get it in a 3-lot subdivision and get it platted and have that easement, because the cost to do that, that gives them their guarantee, we get what we want, they get what they need, everybody moves
Yeah, but
on.
then again, to get it in that 3-lot subdivision, they gotta pay a lot of money up front, and that's the whole hangup. They gotta go through the development process, which is gonna cost them a ton of money.
But there are a lot of lots that have been approved without curb and gutter and all these other things in place.
I understand.
Let's see if we can't get
They're
the
stubbed
easement
out, so.
first.
They gotta code
I
out,
second the motion.
Thanks, Brian.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
One no? Aye.
I,
Probably
Aye.
May here. I think we're a
Two
little
no.
ahead of our, we don't need to be.
Okay,
So it carries because we already threw it.
it carries. Yes, scary carries.
No, we'll
I
get
understand
that.
the
We'll get the
frustration.
easement.
I-
We'll go get the
You can use that to negotiate with them.
that was my thinking.
Okay, number 7, I don't see that there's any action needs to be taken there. The minimum fee requirement for plan check reviews on buildings, permits, excluding homes. Any further discussion? Is there a motion that we could make to establish a minimum initial plan review fee for buildings outside of regular homes?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we put in place a minimum fee requirement for plan check reviews on building permits excluding homes in the amount of $50 to be applied towards the actual costs incurred for the plan check reviews and building permits, those set items.
Is there a
second.
second? By Dale. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay.
Did we need to do anything on that pressurized irrigation exemption, or we decided to wait on that?
That's right, we do
Until we
it.
have the
Didn't-
public hearing.
That didn't,
Because we
number
know until
4?
we have the public.
That was
hearing.
number 3, or number
Okay.
4.
Yeah, we were gonna wait till the
Yeah, okay.
public hearing, and then, so we'll move on that. Okay, Administration, Planning Commission, 2 or 3 things that I'd like to go over. The 1, 2, and 3, and then there's an additional one I'll add to that. City Facebook page. We have an official city Facebook page, but we had a secondary one that would allow us to post some issues. Residents had some issues with how that was put together, and Facebook shut that site down. That our official city Facebook page still exists. The intent for our city Facebook page is to provide information, but not to make it a social, interactive kind of a situation. There was getting to be some rather heated items that were being thrown back and forth, and That's not the intent of the social media as far as the city is concerned. The city needs to have its official site that it can express to the citizens what's going on. We've been doing that with the city website, and we can still do that with this official Facebook page. We just have to do some tweaking of that official.
Can I make a recommendation?